Tuesdays is known as $2 Tuesdays at WagerTalk.com and SportsMemo.com, where you can get the hottest handicappers' best bet or daily package for only $2.
Hey guys, Carmine Bianco here from WagerTalk.com with another episode of Stoppage Time. It is a busy day at WagerTalk TV with a ton of shows and the return of Puck Time, which will go at the top of the hour, 11 a.m. Myself and Andrew McInnes, along with Don Buster of Sports Memo. So make sure you tune in to that one at 11 o'clock. On today's show, guys, while there's international soccer going on, we are actually going to cover some domestic league games from the Premier League, Serie A, and La Liga that go on Saturday and Sunday, 4 of the bigger games this weekend. But for those of you tuning in because you're looking for some World Cup plays, World Cup qualifying plays, we will have some best bets towards the end of the show. So make sure you tune in and watch the whole show. We'll have some of those up. With me from Sports Memo, Pavlos, Laguretos, and from WagerTalk.com, it's Nick Borrman and the Irishman himself, who is red hot in football. Let's bring him in. Kev, I'm going to go to you first, man. How you doing?
Yeah, all good, Carmine. Great weekend overall. Pretty much swept the board, actually, on that Tyson Fury, Deontay Wilder card, plus 8 units on that. And, you know, what a phenomenal fight as well, by the way. We cashed the 5% winner in college. That's now 33 of our last 45 5% top plays in the bank. So, you know, can't do much better than that. And we topped that off by going 4-2 in the NFL this week as well. So, yeah, pretty happy with that. NBA, NHL just around the corner, obviously, as well. NHL today. And just finalising my soccer card for the next few days. So, yeah, all good right now. And, you know, looking forward to talking some soccer.
Awesome. Continue to hit it out of the ballpark. Talking about hitting it somewhere. Nick Borrman, listen, on Twitter, Bobby Liggs, Bobby the Bookie, was at Sawgrass this past weekend, and his friend hit one into the trees. I don't know if those are palm trees, coconut trees, what they were, but that thing was about 30 feet high. So I had to ask you, a golf guy, is this one of those things where you shake the tree or you play it where it lies?
You got to climb that tree and play it where it lies. Very rare to get a ball stuck in the tree like that, but pretty cool to see. But all's going well in my world. Had a 5% winner in the MLS with Philly over the weekend. It's 9-2 on 5% MLS selections this year, so that's good. But then had for lack of a better way to put it, a shit day Sunday. But came back yesterday with 2-0 in the qualifying play. So hopefully get a few more winners today. And the best news is my Iowa Hawkeyes are number 2 college football in the nation. Admittedly, probably not the number 2 team in the country, but hey, we'll take it for now.
All right, good to hear. Congrats on that MLS winner. It's a game of ebbs and flows, Nick. It's what it is. So you take sort of the good and the bad. And speaking of ebbs and flows, the man who spends a lot of his time on the beaches in Europe, Pavlos, Laguretos, my friend, how you doing?
Doing great. Weather has been pretty crazy here in Greece. We go from fully sunny to, rains and, everything is flooding. But as far as soccer is concerned, I won a big 10-unit play with Greece last week. Hopefully Greece can win again today. But it's been going great. 17-3 now in all soccer sides, 6-1 in soccer 5 and 10%. I got a 3-pack up for today. I might add a few more plays on the cards. They're not available everywhere, but I see that both FanDuel and DraftKings offer card props, and it's been going great with card props, especially with these World Cup qualifiers, reaching to the end, and there are a lot of teams who are struggling to get points. So there's a lot of exciting matches today, and a lot of exciting matches for the leagues coming up this weekend. So super excited to talk about them.
All right, good to hear. I had a 5% play yesterday. While it didn't lose, it didn't win either. A push, Romania -1 at home against Armenia. They spent pretty much all 90 minutes on one half of the field and yet couldn't get that second goal. But we will. It's still a good run going in soccer and a great soccer year, profitable one. So Continue to follow along, and I thank everyone at WagerTalk or who follows us at WagerTalk. All right, guys, these are the games we are going to cover today. A couple big ones in Europe, 4 big ones in Europe, 2 big ones in Italy, Lazio and Inter Milan, Juventus and Roma. Then we'll go to England for Leicester City and Man United. And we're going to finish it off with a La Liga play as Barcelona and Valencia meet on the weekend as well. So we're going to get right into it. First game on the card, Lazio and Inter Milan. Let's have a look at these odds. Lazio plus 245 at home. The draw is plus 230. Inter Milan plus 120 at home. The total here is 2.75. That is a split line of 2.5 and 3. So when you're betting these Asian split lines, half your bet is on 2.5, half your bet is on 3. Myself and Kevin Dolan are going to break this one down, and I'm going to look at this one first. We're 7 games into this new season in Serie A, and 2 things are apparent for me. Number one, it's going to be a tight race for that top spot. You've got teams like Napoli who have yet to lose a game, 7 wins. You have AC Milan right on their heels. You have Inter Milan, last year's defending champions, who are unbeaten, 5 wins and 2 draws. And then you have teams like Juventus who are finally picking up some steam, and Roma with their new manager, Jose Mourinho, playing some really good football. It's going to be a very good season in Serie A and a competitive one. And then the second thing is it's going to be a rough year for this Lazio team. It's a straightforward one. This is a team struggling defensively thus far. I think top 4 is even this early in the season is out of the question for this team as a goal. I think they're looking at a top 6 spot, and even that one might be tough. This team, through 7 games where they're 3-2-2, have yet to keep a clean sheet, allowing a goal in each and every game thus far. And they're hosting an Inter Milan team who have scored, where are we here? 22 goals, the highest scoring side in Serie A this season. They are averaging 3.14 goals per game scored. Yes, 3.14. Boys, that is pie. And pie is what we'll be eating with my play here, which is both teams to score, yes, and over 2.5 goals, minus 110. Kev, what you got?
It's definitely not humble pie you're eating there anyway, Carmine. But yeah, look, big game on Saturday, obviously. But looking back to before the break when Lazio played Bologna, I thought the scoreline kind of flattered Bologna there. Lazio were arguably a little unlucky in that game. With that 3-0 defeat, Serbi's red card definitely didn't help out. But, even so, even with that scoreline probably a little inflated, Lazio were pretty poor in that game. And against the better teams in the league this season, they just haven't impressed. 8 total shots in that Bologna game, 3 corners, a 0.96 XG rating. I mean, it was pretty dismal stuff from Lazio. And, Bologna aren't exactly Chelsea at the back. They've allowed an average of 2 goals per game this season. They rank bottom half on defensive interception rate as well. So, this is a big ask for Lazio on Saturday against an Inter team who are, playing pretty well right now. Inter haven't lost in the season to date. They've got the league's second best road record this season as well. Situationally, Inter have created the most chances from open play this season also. So I think Inter are the better team here. They're playing the better football right now. So at a minus quarter goal head start, that's definitely the way, I'd be looking to play this one. Lazio had to get a late equaliser at home to come back and draw against Cagliari a few weeks ago. Arguably got a little fortune against Roma here as well. So home advantage doesn't even put me off that much. So yeah, Inter for me minus the quarter goal head start here, as that's the way I'd probably look to play this one.
All right, that is Kevin Dolan of WagerTalk.com. You can find all of his plays over at WagerTalk. Just click on the capper menu and you will find Kevin. Guys, it is Tuesday, so of course it is $2 Tuesday over at WagerTalk and Sportsmemo. $2 Tuesday is where you can get a featured cappers plays for only $2. Along with that, there are some great promos within the analysis section. These are plays that normally go for $35 and $25. You can get them for only $2 over at WagerTalk.com. It's the one and only The Prez, host of Wager Talk. Today, he has an NHL best bet play up over at WagerTalk.com, and at Sportsmemo, it's Dr. Chuck. Dr. Chuck absolutely killed the NHL last season. #1 across all brands in NHL last season with over 100% bankroll gain. you can get his play for only $2 at Sports Memo. So head over to both sites and pick those up, and some great deals that come along with it. Guys, we're going to head to the Premier League now. I think it's a big game. These are two teams that can find the net. So I want to hear what the boys have to say about it. Let's have a look at the odds. Leicester City plus 280, the draw plus 260, Man United minus 105. The total here is 2.75. Nick and Pavlos will look at this one. Nick, we're going to go to you first. Where are we going here?
I'm not really sure how anybody could get excited about laying a goal on the road here with United. I mean, they just haven't been getting results with Ronaldo there. I mean, they've been struggling offensively. They're trying to adapt to Ronaldo and how he likes to play and how he likes to set up front. It's just clearly a different way for this team to play than before he was arriving. They started off great with his arrival. They scored 4 goals against Newcastle, won 4-1. But since they haven't scored more than 2 goals in any of their last 7 games, they were actually held scoreless twice, including a 1-0 home loss to Aston Villa. In the 2 wins they did have, they needed goals, at the death to get that. They scored in the 89th minute against West Ham, and then in the 90+5 stoppage time minute against Villarreal in the Champions League. Most importantly, though, for me here is they have not kept a clean sheet in 7 games with Ronaldo on board. And even before that, in the 3 games prior, they had just 1. So in 10 games this year, they've only kept 1 clean sheet, which is pretty alarming for a team that's supposed to be one of the best in Europe. Leicester, they started the season on a high note. They won the Community Shield. They beat Man City, won some silverware there. Then they won their first Premier League game against the Wolves 1-0, but since have won just 2 of their last 9 games. And they too have struggled defensively, as they have just 1 clean sheet in their last 9 games, which came against lower division Millwall in a cup game. So 2 struggling defenses here. Both teams have plenty of talent to score goals. So I like both teams to score here. The prop is a little high. It's at minus 145, but I think it's fairly priced. I think this could be, the over is only 2.5, so really only need 1 more goal, assuming both teams do score. But this could be kind of one of those 1-1 type of games anyway. So I like both teams to score a little bit better than the over, but I would also be okay with the over here. But that's how I'm going to play this one.
All right, that is Nick Borrman of WagerTalk.com with a preview of the Leicester City Man United game. You can find his plays over at WagerTalk.com as well. Pavlos Laguretos, what do you think this one? I'm gonna say to you, man, Ronaldo is helping this team out, and maybe he's saving the jobs thus far of manager Ole Solskjaer. Give me your thoughts on this one.
Yeah, he's doing what he can, but the thing is that United, they have a lot of fixtures, and in their recent match, 1-1 draw at home against Everton, they tried something with Martial at the left flank and Cavani up front, but it didn't work out for them. Of course, Martial scored, but Solskjaer had to deploy Ronaldo and Sancho early in the second half. Of course, they conceded, and it was a 1-1 draw in what wasn't a very exciting match at all. But you have to consider the multiple fixtures, and the coaches have to regulate the playing time because it's a long season with a lot of fixtures, and he has to take that into consideration. Now, Nick made some great comments about both teams' defenses so far, and while I do expect both teams to score, I like the over 2.5 goals at it's about minus 120-ish. I wouldn't pick a side here if I had to. Maybe I'd pick United on the money line plus 105. I don't really like it all that much though, because their defense. I mean, they try a lot of different formations. Pogba is shifting from left winger to center midfielder. I'm not entirely sure how he's gonna play the team after the international break. I do expect Cristiano Ronaldo to be in a good mood. He's gonna be. He's playing tonight when Portugal are hosting Luxembourg. So I expect a monster game from Cristiano Ronaldo. And usually when he does have a monster game with his national team, then he has a good game with his league team. So with his club. So I think we're gonna see goals here, especially if Solskjaer finds the right chemistry up front. And I think we'll see over 2.5 goals here. I really like that bet.
All right, that is Pavlos Laguretos of Sports Memo. Yes, Luxembourg, that powerful European nation, just a few points behind Ireland in the FIFA World Cup rankings. I'm sure the Irishman will have something to say about that comment when we head to this next game. We're heading back to Italy, guys. A big one, Juventus and AS Roma. Let's have a look at the odds on this one. Juve, minus 110. The draw is plus 270. Roma, plus 325. The total here is 2.75. That's an Asian split line of 2.5 and 3. I look at this game. I'm going to talk about this one first, and then I'll throw it to my good friend Kevin Dolan. Listen, Juventus, we know what they are. They are no longer the team that dominates Serie A after failing to hold on to their title last year after so many seasons of being the Serie A champions. And their season got off to an absolutely terrible start. One draw and 2 losses to open the season, and mixed in with those results were Cristiano Ronaldo leaving the team after one game, heading to England to play for Man United. This team has had to start over again. But it is a new identity with this team, and that identity is Paulo Dybala and it is Federico Chiesa, who has to be one of the best informed players right now, heading right through the Euros. We saw what he did there. This is a Juve team that is now starting to pick up some steam. Their last 6 games across all competitions, 5 wins, 1 draw, 3 wins in league play, 2 in Champions League, including a very impressive 1-0 win over last season's Champions League title holders, Chelsea. So this team is starting to pick up some steam, and now they welcome, obviously, before I forget to mention it, 2 huge games coming up for them. Obviously, this Roma game is a big one, and then they'll play in the Italian derby, Inter Milan, in their following game. And then you talk about tough games. They're gonna. I mentioned AS Roma. Roma have Napoli, AC Milan, and Juventus on their schedule. So a tough October for them. Jose Mourinho's done a fantastic job with this team. 5 wins, 2 losses thus far. And this is a team that's going to battle for a top 4 spot this year and a Champions League spot. But one thing about this team is they do not travel well to Turin. Their last 12 visits to face Juventus, 11 losses, 1 win. That 1 win coming 2 seasons ago in the season finale, round 38 of the Serie A season, when Juventus had already won the title and started pretty much their whole bench in that game. It was a throwaway game. I just don't see how Roma go to Juve, who are in very good form right now, and come out with any type of a result. So give me Juventus minus 110 as your free play on this game. Kevin Dolan?
Yeah, well, I'll just say first, laugh at Luxembourg at your peril, boys, because we laughed at them and then they handed us a big 1-0 loss. So we're not laughing anymore after that. But I'm the same. I like Juve in this spot for Sunday against Roma. And I'm actually a Roma fan. This is a Roma hoodie I'm wearing here. But, after a terrible start to the season for Juventus, they were winless over their first 4 games of the season. They had bagged 2 points in total. They were sitting in the relegation zone after 4 games. But, since then, over their last 3 games especially, they've looked pretty good. It's now 3 wins from 3 for Juventus. They've absolutely dominated XG across those 3 games as well. 7.08 to 2.54. And since September 20th, only Inter Milan have totaled more XG per game than Juventus. So, this is a team that have absolutely turned a corner. Especially from that early season form, and they look to be hitting top gear, at just the right time ahead of this game. Compare this with Roma, and it's almost the complete opposite story. 3 wins from 3 to start the season. They were sitting top of the table after game 3. But since then, they've only won 2 of the last 4 games, including a really poor loss to Verona. They allowed 3 second-half goals in that game. So I think this is a pendulum type game. I think that pendulum has swung heavily in Juventus's favour here over recent weeks. And, as you said about the head-to-head form, Carmine, I expect them, to travel here. I think Juventus are too strong here on home soil. So, for me, it's got to be Juventus. Minus 110 is a fair price. So that's the way I'm going to play this one on Sunday.
All right, Kevin Dolan of WagerTalk.com with his take on the Juventus AS Roma game that goes this weekend on Sunday. Guys, we are going to finish it off with a trip to Spain, Barcelona and Valencia. Let's have a look at the numbers in this one. Barcelona minus 190 at home. The draw is plus 340. Valencia plus 570, a juicy number there. The total here is again 2.75, split line of 2.5 and 3. Nick Borrman, you are a man who I think you like Valencia. I think they're one of the teams that over the last couple of years you've ridden to success with some good bets on. Where are we going here?
Yeah, Valencia has been good to me, and this is another game I would ride with them. I mean, I don't know how anybody would be excited about laying a goal with Barcelona right now. They've one win their last 6 games, came against a weak Levante team. Back-to-back scoreless losses against Benfica in the Champions League and Atletico in league play. I don't know how many times in Messi's tenure that Barcelona was held scoreless in back-to-back games, if ever. Somebody could look that up for me. I'm sure it happened, but I can't imagine it happened too many times. Valencia, they started the season very well, 3 wins and a draw, but they've cooled off, are winless in their last 4 games with 2 losses and 2 draws. The losses did come against Sevilla and Real Madrid, so certainly not bad losses. But I really wouldn't even put Barcelona in that company right now. Barcelona still do have some decent expected goal numbers. They have a plus 0.73 expected goal differential, which is third. But Valencia isn't too far behind at plus 0.46, ranking 6th. And their defense is very, very good. They're allowing just 0.79 expected goals per game. Valencia has also given Barcelona trouble in recent years, as Barcelona only has 2 wins in the last 7 head-to-head meetings. And only one of those has come by more than 1 goal. And obviously that's the important part here when you're talking about the goal line. Barcelona may ultimately get it together here and pull out a much-needed win, but I really don't see them running away with anything. And getting a full goal head start with Valencia seems like a great way to play this game. If you're willing to pay a little bit more, you can I'm seeing around minus 135. If you get the alternate lines, you could grab Valencia plus 1.25 goals, which is obviously nicer. You can even cash some of your bet if they do still lose by 1. But I think that's a big head start for Valencia right now. I just don't trust Barcelona laying anything right now. So I'm going to fade them. I'm going to go Valencia plus 1 in this match.
All right. I like that play, Nick. I will likely be on that one as well. Pavlos, final word on this game. Give us your thoughts. We seem to have lost Pavlos's volume. I think he might have muted himself. Give us a second to get that back.
Yeah. So I think we discussed it in an earlier show about Valencia, how I think that they're terrible on the road. I'm just going to throw a few numbers. This season they have 1 win, 1 loss, and 2 draws. Last season they had just 2 wins, 11 losses, and 6 draws on the road. And the year before that, they had 3 wins, 12 losses, 4 draws on the road. So in the last 3 seasons, they've played 42 matches on the road. They have just 6 wins, 24 losses, and 12 draws. They scored 38 goals, which is an average of under 1 goal per match, 0.9. And they have conceded 72 goals, which is 1.7 conceded goals per match. So I don't know what's wrong with Valencia, but they seem to be struggling a lot on the road in recent years. But the thing is that whenever they go to Barcelona, they play well. They have scored exactly 2 goals in each of their last 4 matches in this venue, and in 6 of their last 8 matches in this venue. And there's usually a lot of goals when Barcelona hosts Valencia. If you see, the last 5 matches had both teams to score and over 2.5 goals. Now, Valencia, they started off really well, but they've struggled lately. They have 2 wins and 2 draws in the last 4 matches. They only beat Osasuna on the road by 4-1, but they had a draw against Granada, a draw against Cadiz, a loss to Sevilla. I think there's going to be goals here. I don't trust Barcelona at all, since even more so. They aren't firing Koeman for some reason. I mean, the guy might think he played well against Atletico Madrid. They had 71% ball possession and they exchanged like 800 passes, but they lost 2-0. I mean, there's definitely something wrong there. So Barcelona's defense is not any good. Just 2 clean sheets so far in the season against Levante and Cadiz, very, very low skilled teams. So I expect Valencia to score here. I don't know if they can get a result. Maybe a draw, but I wouldn't be surprised if Barcelona lost here to a horrible Valencia. But I'm taking goals here, and I like the combination of both teams to score and over 2.5 goals at plus 100. DraftKings, I think that this is going to be like a 2-1, 1-2, or 2-2 type of situations. So I expect goals from both sides and at least 3 goals. So I take the combination at plus 100.
All right, there you have it. Pavlos Laguretos with his initially silent take on the game, but then he pumped up the volume and gave us what he thought was going to happen there. Best of luck with that play, Pavlos. Guys, before we finish it off and go into our best bet segment and roundtable segment, I'm going to remind you one more time that it is Tuesday, so it is $2 Tuesday over at Wager Talk and Sports Memo. It's where you can get a featured cappers place for only $2. It's one of the hottest cappers at each site over at WagerTalk.com. It is Lawrence Presman who kicks off the NHL season, and he had a fantastic NHL season last year, regular season, definitely. He has an NHL best bet up for tonight. You can get that for only $2. And over at Sports Memo, it is Dr. Chuck, who across all brands in NHL, he was number 1 last season with over 100% bankroll gain for his clients. So you can get his play for only $2. And these are plays that normally cost $35 and $25. And along with those plays, there are some great promo deals inside the analysis section. So make sure you take advantage of those ones at Wager Talk and Sports Memo. Guys, we are going to finish it off with a best bet segment because we featured 4 games that we played on the weekend. You guys tuning in probably want some winners for the next 2-3 days. So we will do a quick roundtable of best bets in World Cup qualifying, both in Europe and in North America in the CONCACAF. I will kick it off with a best bet on the Denmark game. Denmark can secure top spot in this group. They're already 7 points up with 3 match days left over Scotland. A win here against Austria will give them the automatic berth into the World Cup next year in Qatar. They are -1 in this game. How have they done thus far? 7 games, 7 wins, and an unbelievable 26-0 goal differential. Give me Denmark -1 as my show best bet. Let's send it over to Kevin Dolan for his.
Yeah, Poland take on Albania later today, and I like Poland on the -quarter goal handicap line here. You know, Albania, no doubt doing fantastic in the group right now. They actually sit above Poland in second, but, Poland have won each of the last 6 head-to-heads against them. They won 4-1 in the reverse fixture as well back in September. And they haven't lost Albania in almost 70 years, I believe. So as good as Albania have been playing late, I think this is a bridge too far for them. And at a -quarter goal line, I like the Poles to squeeze out another win here on the road tonight.
You know who's going to be happy about that one? Johnny Detroit. A huge fan of Poland and Polish himself. Nick Borrman, give us your show best bet.
I'll go to CONCACAF, which is North and Central America World Cup qualifying on Wednesday, and take Mexico -1 goal at El Salvador. Mexico looked very good on Sunday, winning 3-0 over Honduras. Took 26 shots, 10 on goal. I like them to continue that against a weak El Salvador team who's only scored 2 goals in 5 qualifying games so far, and they've also lost 8 straight to Mexico. So take Mexico -1 goal on Wednesday.
All right, that is Nick Borrman at WagerTalk.com. We will finish off our show best bet segment with the GOAT, talking about another GOAT, Pavlos Laguretos.
Yeah, we're going to travel to Algarve, Portugal, where Portugal are hosting Luxembourg today. And this is a truly lopsided affair. I expect Cristiano Ronaldo, of course, he's starting. I'm going to take Cristiano Ronaldo to score 2 or more goals at +150. You can find this at FanDuel. I mean, whenever Portugal hosts Luxembourg, it's really, if you look at their recent matches, 3-0 win, 3-0 win, 6-0 win. Cristiano Ronaldo is always eager to prove himself against weaker teams. He also scored a goal in the same venue a couple of days ago in a friendly match, 3-0 win against Qatar. And of course, I must say that Luxembourg are one of his favorite teams to score against. He already scored 6 goals against Luxembourg over the years, and he has scored more goals only against Lithuania and Sweden. So I'm taking Cristiano Ronaldo to score 2 or more goals at +150.
I like that price, and that is a very good best bet from Pavlos Laguretos. So there you have it, guys. 4 best bets in World Cup qualifying, and of course, some opinions on 4 big weekend games across La Liga, the Premier League, and of course, Serie A. Tune in next Tuesday, guys, where we will come back to Champions League soccer. The international break will be over, and we'll get some Champions League soccer up for you guys. Really appreciate it. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and hang around, top of the hour, the return of Puck Time. Thanks for tuning in, guys, and good luck with your wagers.
Would you like to bet $20 and win $100 at BetMGM regardless of your wager's outcome and get $100 in free wager bucks? Just go to wt.buzz/MGM for more details and find out if you're eligible for this amazing offer.